Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you've had a good day. Um, Good Memorial Day for those of you in the U.S. Um, where to start? I guess I'll go with the last time on Curse of Strahd Reloaded. Um, at around 7 o'clock, they find the carriage waiting for them to take them to Castle Ravenloft. 7:05, Gregor figures out the puzzle box that opened up a box of holding that had three cloaks and three sets of fur-lined gloves. I don't remember who's wearing what, if anybody is right now.
I refuse to wear it.
Okay.
I'll
Uh, okay. 7:15, you arrive at Castle Ravenloft. 7:20, you have introductions. 7:30, Strahd arrives. That's it. That's basically what happened. You remember there was during introductions. Um, During introductions, a man named Anton was serving you wine, and as he was moving towards Ludmilla and Valenta to fill their mug, to fill their chalices, he fell and spilt blood all over Valenta's dress. And she was about to kill Valenta when you all stepped in a bit to make sure that he wasn't going to get killed. And then you hear clapping from the stairs to the north. And you see Strahd von Zarovich enter the grand foyer. Good evening. All the brides and Escher freeze where they're at and turn and bow to Count Strahd. You forget yourself, Valenta. We have guests tonight. None of your bloodshed shall be necessary. Sasha, why don't you go downstairs to Cyrus and get a mop? Maybe two if someone else would like to help you?
no.
Very well, my liege, says Sasha, and she goes down and
Is this the other vampire girl?
the one that just left,
Yeah.
Sasha, the eldest bride. Oh, that's one thing from the previously on when you were in Valaki, resting between waiting for dinner with Strahd to come up. Um, you met Aragal, who gave you a note. Gave Passed the note to Gregor, I believe it was, that said there was a spy in the castle. Do you remember that?
The Regan
Kind of.
note?
All right, let me.
How do you get a spy in a vampire's castle? How does that work?
Very carefully. Well, that's odd. I can't find the actual note. Maybe because it's an image.
It's okay.
All right. Yeah, there's a spy in the castle. Look for the one that is treated badly, to paraphrase what the note said.
Female, male.
The note didn't say.
I mean, I see a couple here being treated badly at this point.
Right.
I assume we're going to find a shit ton more.
Don't know.
All right. Well,
Hold on. Tell me, how was your trip to the castle?
absolutely splendid. Best trip I've ever had.
Wonderful. I'm glad our accommodations could greet you.
Well, I don't think the trip was your accommodation, but thank you anyways.
And how have your days been recently? Well, I hope.
Sounds like you already know.
Maybe I do. Maybe I'm wondering what you'll just say.
Well, maybe you won't get an answer. Maybe we should go have dinner now.
Yes, ma'am.
Riding says, well, with that, dinner is served. And you all move towards the bottom of the map.
Are you moving us or are we moving us?
I'm moving y'all.
Okay.
Just, before you before we move to the next map, as we're moving to the next map, um, Sasha comes up with a mop and starts cleaning up the blood stain. And she whispers to you, Callisto, after dinner, find an excuse to linger in the dining hall. Once you are alone, press the sixth pedal from the left on the organ. I shall meet you in the chamber beyond. Do not allow him to know what you are doing.
Okay, I just nod.
Okay.
I'm going to casually join beside Callisto. What did she say to you?
You just want me to stay behind.
Just you?
That's what she said.
Think about this. Did she say just you?
Not specifically. So, but we're also supposed to make it not suspicious. So, I'm not sure the entire party can be like, "Hey, we're going to hang out here."
Unless we're playing a game.
Potentially, we'll see how this plays out.
Torchlight flutters against the walls of this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending in a spiral staircase that goes up and down. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. To the west, large double doors hang slightly open, and a slightly bright light escapes to the opening. A steady bright light escapes to the opening.
It's a big ass carpet.
A big ass carpet, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna move everybody down and into the dining room. Where do y'all want to sit?
Um, I guess I'm going to sit closest to. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you mean to move you or Dame?
I moved
Okay.
me.
I moved me.
Okay.
I'm trying to move me. There.
Huh.
It's gonna be awkward.
Just
All
move
right.
your chair to the opposite end and stare at them.
Okay. Scenery.
Those cupcakes.
They're mine.
No.
What's for dinner?
Whoa, why am I giant?
Because it doesn't matter.
You ate too much.
I think it does matter, but okay.
Well, we were not on an actual map. We're just on a scenery. Okay.
Why is he still tiny?
Who's he?
He's an itty bitty baby.
Baby vampire.
Strahd baby?
Well, he's still tiny compared to us.
He's the same size, if not a bit bigger than you, all on my side.
Nah, he's still tiny.
Let me take a look, see. Why are you all that big?
I don't know. That's what we're questioning. You tell us.
I feel like a Hug-a-Bunch kid right now. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Whoops.
Oh, I'm not looking at the right map. Oops.
Where
I
you
was
at?
looking at the map, but I forgot to move you all over to it.
All right, we figure it out.
Yeah, I was not showing the right map.
Okay.
That's why I was saying it doesn't matter, because it's not a map, it's a scene.
Uh,
Well, here we are.
3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. At the center of the far west wall, between floor to ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ.
Sorry.
Pillars of stone.
I'm done.
Pillars,
It's my table.
oh.
I don't know why it's making that noise when I move it now, but it is. So I'm going to have to figure that out at some point.
Gotcha.
3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. At the center of the far west wall, between the floor to ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods: roasted beasts, basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver, and in each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance.
Can we see him in the mirrors?
No,
Is is he in a position to be seen from the mirrors?
not right now, no.
Can I position myself to look at him through the mirror?
Um, Not without getting him to move.
So, Strahd, can I see you in mirrors?
No, you cannot.
Prove it.
He stands up for a minute. I'll humor you this. And he walks over in front of the mirror, one of the wall, floor to ceiling mirrors, and he points at it, and there's no reflection. See? What did I tell you?
So, what causes that?
It's part of the curse.
Lack of a soul?
It's a condition.
Lack of a soul?
He sits back down at the table. I have not figured out why I can no longer see my reflection in anything, but it does not bother me.
It's
I've
not
heard the
just
thing.
you, dude. We can't see it either.
Maybe it's the
Looking
way
like
the
some
mist
weird
works.
Cotard's delusion.
A what?
Cotard. This
What?
guy back in our world thought he was dead when he was really alive. It was a delusion.
Okay. I assure you, my state is no illusion.
Well, no shit, dummy.
I really would appreciate it if you would address me as Lord Strahd
Well, you
or
can
Count
address me as
Carncarvin.
Lady Dame then. Because where I come
Lady
from,
Dame.
I'm a lady.
Okay.
I am a chieftain's daughter. I'm actually a princess. Snap, snap, snap.
Tell me more.
What do you want to know?
Tell me where you come from. Tell me of your land.
I come from a really nice land because there's no vampires there.
Really?
No, but we do have monsters that eat bloodsuckers.
I see.
So what's for dinner? What are we eating?
Roast boar. So you got a whole pig out there with vegetables, fruit vegetables, some leafy vegetables that are not that great, but still it's better than no greens.
Thought about
And
why you don't have any greens here in this country?
we have some greens.
Some greens.
Our land has been this way for hundreds of years now. We learn to adapt and to accept our fate.
Well, you've learned to adapt and accept your fate because you can't eat this stuff anymore. But everybody else just has to suffer because you're dealing with this, so they have to deal with it in a completely different way.
Child, the adults
Child,
are talking. I ask you, please be quiet, and I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
I'm just laughing. I'm like, ah, good luck.
child, my ass.
Oh Lord.
All right, get your messenger where you can read it. I'm getting ready to send you a text.
It's
Texas
never
says,
good
stop
when
it.
DM is sending you texts.
Oh no, it's just gonna be stop it. Be nice. Behave yourself.
Dame is not that kind of woman.
Nope.
Woman, not child.
Ciao.
Hello,
I'm gonna
Strahd.
smack you next time I see you.
How old is Strahd?
400 years old as a
Still no
vampire.
child. I'm an adult.
Just a wee baby
He's a
one.
freak of nature. I'm meant to be. You might as well call one of y'all a child.
Is this child speaking to us?
Start.
I'm waiting on my text.
I know, I'm working on it.
I said, big.
Good Lord, woman, give him time. He's only got 2 thumbs.
I am surprised I lived to the age of 18 because of my mouth.
All right, there you go.
She being Debbie.
Gregor, would you please sit down?
No. Yeah, I suppose.
All right.
Don't be rude. Sit down.
I was going to walk over to the corner here, grab this chair, and very noisily drag it to the head of the table and sit down.
Boom.
Let me get him down a little bit lower there. So, Gregor, you're a priest, I gather.
After a fashion. Are we muted?
Still texting.
Yep. What's you? Are you a priest? You dress up kind of priestly.
I guess I could take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Would your clothes not burn you?
No, my clothes wouldn't burn me. Why would they?
No, if they're priest clothes. I don't know. I had a lot of coffee.
So, have you been able to contact your god while you've been within the mists?
To be honest, I don't really feel like I'm on much of a talking terms with him.
I see. And who do you worship? The Morning Lord?
I don't know. I'm questioning things lately.
Awful personal question to be asking someone.
Yeah, we just met. It's impolite to talk about religion over dinner.
I
Very
see.
true.
Well, then, what would you like to talk about?
Happen to have any dragon skulls?
Dragon skulls. Why, yes, I do have a dragon skull.
Can we have it? Can we have it?
No, you can't have my dragon skull.
What are you
The
going to do
tro-
with a dragon skull?
It's a
Seriously.
it's a trophy of my past.
Can we borrow it?
Yeah, what she said. Can we borrow it?
Um, for what purpose?
We're going to make a mode of it so that we can do some sick cosplay.
Yeah, we're just gonna make a replica of it. That's all we're gonna do.
Science stuff.
Science stuff. I'm a man of science and faith, kind of. Um, and what would you use this cast for?
To make a record of a dragon that existed. So if something were to happen to all the dragons, we at least, have some sort of recording of what they used to look like.
We call it paleontology in our world.
Paleontology. I see. The study of planets.
The study of
No, paleontology, the study of animals that lived long before we did.
Well, this dragon has been dead for 400 years.
Well, he lived before we did. He doesn't exist anymore. We keep records of those things in our world.
You don't keep track of Argynvoss in your world, of course.
No, but if we're out adventuring and we come across something unique and interesting, we keep track of it. In
Especially
case
if
we
it's got a
find
con-
something similar in our world.
I think I'll prefer my skull left in its trophy case where it is.
What would it take to change your mind?
Well, I'd like
You,
to at least see it, to study it visually.
that we might be able to accommodate you with. I'm unsure yet. Not all of the castle is in as good repair as what you've seen so far.
I think we're hardy enough to handle things.
There are things in this castle you do not want to meet unaided.
That's why you would be with us.
I'm a social butterfly. I'll meet everybody.
He is a bit of a social butterfly.
Behold my majestic wings.
Ah.
Gregor, you wear a body that was never yours. Speak words borrowed from gods and spirits. Tell me, Gregor, what are you really?
Your worst enemy.
I look like a man. I'm not quite sure what I am. I mean, I used to be a human, and on a bad adventure, things went south, and I kind of met an untimely end. But then all of a sudden I was back in this kind of body. And I don't know what's going on, but I'll take it.
Transformer.
Robots in the sky.
You took the shard, accepted the fire, and still pretend to be righteous. Why fight the change when it's made you stronger than ever?
I'm just gonna hold up my finger, my little demon finger, and have like a little bitty fire thingy dancing on the tip of it. And I'll be like, well, I'm not really fighting it per se.
I see. Well, at least you understand what use power can be used for. Child, this goddess is yours. Baal, was it? Strange, I heard no answer when you called for her. Perhaps you've mistaken silence for guidance.
Perhaps you can't hear her.
I can hear more than you know in my land.
And again, I understand that and I agree with you, but perhaps you cannot hear her. She is a god special among my people. You are not one of my people.
You've always wanted to be something more, haven't you? The sly
I
whisper in the
am
dark,
something more.
the silent dagger. Tell me, was it your idea to lead them here?
To leave the what?
Lead them here.
Leave who here?
Your party.
I wouldn't leave my party here.
So it wasn't your idea to lead them here.
No, not as far as I consciously know.
Okay.
Again, I'm already somebody very special within my community and very special within my world. I don't need this place to be special.
That makes sense. Callisto, you've made choices that led you here, decisions that affected many lives. Do you truly believe every action was just, or do you carry the weight of unintended consequences?
Ah, fine. Sheena had to step away for just a second to go to
Oh,
the
okay.
bathroom. Sorry, she was mid segue, so she didn't want to disturb anybody.
Okay.
I'm going to interrupt you here. Do we not all make choices that leave us a little bit devastated about what might not have happened? Even you? Is that not
Yeah,
what led you here?
that is part of my curse, yes.
So aren't we
Doomed
all a little cursed?
more so in this land than anywhere else, more than you know.
I think you'd be surprised at what we know, but cool. But I don't think you really have a right to question anybody else here based on you alone and what you've done. My best friend or not, I call you out.
I is back.
Okay. Strahd asks you, you've made choices that led you here, decisions that affected many lives. Do you truly believe every action was just, or do you carry the weight of unintended consequences?
Girl, don't answer that.
I just like to wing it, ma'am. I'm not going to think too deeply about it. It is what it is.
You follow a path laid out by others, adhering to doctrines and teachings. But have you ever paused to consider if these beliefs are truly yours or merely inherited convictions?
You thought about this way more than I have.
All right, I'm going to use the little girl's room. Be right back.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sounds like you got an elephant or something.
It's the feet on my coffee table. They're rubbing against something. I don't think I spilt anything, but apparently
Right.
I have. So I'll be sweeping and mopping tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Here's a hypothetical question for all three of you. Imagine that you are the liege and master of a vassal lord. When you descend to collect this year's taxes from your vassal's village, your accountant reports that the year's taxes are woefully short. When asked to explain, the Lord explains that the harvests have been lean and sickness has plagued the village. You notice, however, that the Lord wears a fine gold chain around his neck and a new wool cloak with buttons crafted of pure silver. What do you do?
What did you do?
Who's the
I'm
question?
asked, go
Hello?
ahead, Gregor.
I said, who's the question to?
All three of you.
Oh, personally, I would strip down all of his belongings and put him to work in the fields for at least until they pay back twice what the taxes should have been.
Okay. Interesting.
That's a warning.
I pay attention to his clothing. Have I seen it before? Is this older clothing? Is this just what he always had to wear and now he is wearing?
No, he's apparently bought it recently and is wearing new clothes.
Styling and profiling.
Well, then he's stupid. I find that very unbelievable.
I would question how it is that he manages to afford such things when everyone else is suffering. He would
Yep.
have to account for his actions as to why he's not helping his people if the taxes are so short and they are suffering.
He would have to account for it. The other people would not.
Okay. Another question.
I would ask him to account for it before I laid any punishment down. And I would
Okay.
look to that accounting.
Okay. Imagine you are the monarch of a realm. One day, a fearsome archmage raises an army of the undead in rebellion against you. As he approaches your keep, you have the opportunity to parley with him upon the drawbridge of your castle. What do you do?
Seduce him and take over his undead army.
Good
I
one.
like the way you think.
Destroy the drawbridge.
Who you're
Parlay.
standing on?
Hmm?
The bridge you're standing on, you would destroy.
Couldn't figure yourself out.
I didn't say I would be there, but I can breathe underwater, so
We parlay to try and come to a truce, but yes, I do have archers in the trees.
Okay.
And I would rather the
Imagine,
bridge be knocked down with me on it and save my people than to survive and see my people die.
fair enough. Imagine again that you are the monarch of a realm. As you sleep in your bed, an assassin slips into your chambers, but is frightened away by your guards. Timely arrival before your throat can be slit. What do you do?
Well, first I ask him who sent him
Yeah,
here.
there's gonna be some interrogation there.
And if you got no information from the assassin, which was frightened away by the guards, I don't know who you're questioning, but
So we don't even know who it was.
So we didn't get him.
no, the
Well,
guards
then we
signed.
beef up security.
The guards would immediately be reduced to latrine duty forever,
Well, I mean, they did scare him away.
but they failed to catch them to begin with.
That is true.
I mean, shit gonna happen. Gonna happen. You
Well, they
know,
can do us all
again,
this
we
shit.
go over routines. We work on building the guard routine.
I
We
would
beat
have our most trusted
guard.
guards form a team to figure out who and what wants to assassinate me, so that I can, put a stop to it.
Yeah,
In
send
addition
people
to,
out trying to figure out who's trying to assassinate me.
in addition to, I would also beef up security and change up any common routines that anybody may have, including myself.
The points you make are all good.
Valid.
Yeah. Although I'm loath to sully a night of fellowship and merriment with matters of business, I must confess I have suffered the attention of one such assassin quite recently, a viper by the name of Rudolph Van Richten. You'll notice him surveying your expressions, one eyebrow lifting as he asks. To my regret, however, my servants were unable to apprehend him. I believe him to still be at large. Have you heard any whispering of his presence in your travels through my domain?
Now let me ask you, why would somebody want to kill you?
Some people believe me to be evil.
What do you think?
I'm not evil
Why do you think you're not evil?
because I do things that are good.
Okay, evil people do things that are good all the time, and good people do things that are evil all the time. So, again, I'm asking you, what are you doing for this country that is good for this country? Your mere existence makes this country a hell.
At least it's hell while they're alive. There's
And
nothing
what
for them
happens if
to.
you die?
Your soul returns, but it's trapped in the mist forever to
Everyone,
stay. Everyone, even you, if you were to
why?
die here. That's the way the myths have always operated.
Where'd you come from to begin with, if that's how the myths have always operated?
The myths gathered the land and took it into its embrace 400 years ago when I became a vampire for the first time.
So you telling me all these people around us have been alive for 400 some years,
Their souls have.
and you've done this?
Yes.
Do you not realize how awful this is for these people?
This isn't awful for the people at all. You have to take into account how they're able. I allow them to take care of themselves off the land and use what they can from the land.
Use what they can from the land, because there's really nothing coming from the land. You live in a darkened world. Plants survive off the sun.
So, do you know where Van Richten is?
No,
I've never heard of him.
Everybody needs to make a deception check with a DC of
Have we heard of him?
19. Huh?
Have we heard of him?
Yeah, he's Rictavio.
No,
We,
haven't heard of him at all.
Is that
Rev-
deception? I've deceived myself.
if you say you've not met him, then you've not met him. That's fine. Thank you.
Could just be the poor memory.
We've come across a lot of
Even
people
if
in our
I
travels.
had,
It's hard to
why
say.
would I tell you? I mean, obviously, you know we are not on your side. We may be sitting around the same dinner table, but you know we're not on your side.
Did he know that? Does now.
I mean, we didn't come into this world to hug you and gather around and sing your praises. Now, did we? We didn't start off on the right foot. We're not on the right foot now. For you. And if you think I wouldn't treat my best friend like this, just ask Nix. Just ask my sister.
Well, it seems that dinner is over. You all have you've eaten your fill, I take.
Sure.
I'm just gonna get a roll and rub it all over my face, going nom nom nom.
Well, would you like to take a tour of the castle? A small tour. I fear it has fallen from its former glory since I first began my slumber, but I hope those with vision can see it for the marvel it once was.
Sure, we can go with you.
You feeling okay, Callie?
Yeah, my shoe's loose. I've got to fix it.
All right, she can catch up. Let's go ahead and go.
Ashley, stay here in the hall. Many things lurk in the dark corners of the keep. It would be a shame if you were to lose your company so soon. I shall send Escher to collect you when our tour is concluded.
Okay.
We'll tell you all about it, I promise.
All right. He guides you all out of the dining room back into the hall, and he goes, "My eyes are well adjusted to the shadows that lurk in these halls, where the mobile source of light might be kinder to your own senses."
I'm good. Asshole. So presumptive. Nice. Why are we so big again?
I don't know. I'm changing you.
I thought Callie was staying behind.
I am.
She is.
Bye, bitch.
All right. This grand hall is choked with dust and stretches into darkness ahead. Webs hang from the arched ceiling like drapes, and life-size statues of knights line the hallway on both sides, their eyes seeming to watch you. As Strahd guides you through this area, he shares the castle was built over 4 centuries prior upon ruins of a much older fortress, which lay atop the pillar stone of Ravenloft. I put out a call for mages, architects, and engineers from every corner of my conquest, he says fondly, and from every corner they came.
And it still looks like this?
After 400 years, yes.
Oh, don't give me that after 400 years. We have buildings that have survived much longer and are in much better shape.
Well, that may be the case in your land. It's not the case here.
Why are all these suits of armor staring at us?
They're watching you.
That's rude.
So, what do you mean they're watching us? What's inside them?
Looks like black, nothing.
So, what are they watching for?
Intruders.
Okay. I mean, is that seriously a shaft of sunlight coming down from the middle? Or moonlight, I should say?
I don't really know. It could be water
I
reflecting.
mean, I assume it's water reflecting off some moonlight coming through the ceiling, so
Yeah, but there's too many floors above you for there to be water leaking down to the earth.
it's very disappointing as another royal to see a castle in such decay.
Well, there's only so much my brides can do.
Your brides? You leave this up to your brides?
They're in charge of matters of this, and so is Rahadin.
You don't have any hand in this at all to help guide them?
They take care of it themselves.
Yeah, we see where that's gotten you. Lead on.
All right. Dim colored light filters through tall, broken, and boarded up windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. A few bats flutter about near the top of the 90-foot high domed ceiling. A balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the center of the balcony, darkness. Benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in general disarray. Beyond this debris, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with bas reliefs and angelic figures entwined with grapevines.
So, what was this place before you took it over?
This is the chapel. I remember when Prefect Cyril Romulus first dedicated the sacred hall to the glory of the Morning Lord. Each man and woman had such faith in the power of his consecration, yet behold what it becomes. He shakes his head and then asks you curiously, what is it that you have faith in?
Myself? My friends? Again, I wasn't just asking that. I'm talking about the whole castle. What was this place before you came into being?
It was another smaller fortress.
Just going to casually walk around, check out this stuff over here.
So why this place?
Why this place? Because of the pillar of Ravenloft. It was inspiring us to build upon it.
The what?
The pillar of Ravenloft called for something to be built upon it.
So there was something already here?
Yes, there was a smaller fortress here before we built upon top of it.
So you built this place.
Yes, my
And
father
this
and
is how
I.
you kept up with it.
When there's no one, when there's no staff, it's very hard to keep the castle in working order.
Dude, you called in the best people, and this is what you have to show for it. You're
I
a
have to,
vampire. You have great command, and this is what you have to show for it.
it's more than you have, I dare say.
Just because they're the best doesn't mean they're very good.
Oh, I remember now, Chameleon.
What?
This is where we first met, in the chapel, wasn't it? It seems so long ago now. Hopefully little has changed from what you remember.
I don't remember shit.
You don't? You don't remember the first time we talked?
No, you're making me have to pee.
Alright, go pee.
What happened?
Betty went to the bathroom.
Ah,
All right.
Okay, so you're there in the chapel. You see up on the altar, Gregor, an
what was
incense.
that?
You see on the altar in front of you an incense pot and a goblet that looks stained.
Staying with
That's
what?
Something red.
Kool-Aid.
Love Kool-Aid.
I was going to pick up the goblet and turn it around and hold it towards Strahd and be like, "Do you just leave your dirty dishes everywhere?"
Maybe.
That is gross. You're very unhygienic. This is appalling. How
Do
can
you
you
know how
have a
many
dinner?
bloodborne diseases there are?
Bloodborne diseases?
Like vampirism?
Not many.
Oh, you're so uneducated.
I'm just wondering. You invited us to dinner, and you just want to show off how trashy your house is.
I'm showing you off the splendors that used to be. Hopefully, you can see that through the course of time.
Do you think you
Show
could
off
put a
what?
little effort in maintaining what it did look like?
Do what?
What
Do
does
you
he
think
want
you
to
could?
show off?
Hey there, I'm trying to talk.
Do you think you could have put a little effort into maintaining what it looked like to begin with?
That's up to his
I'm
wives.
Apparently, they're shoddy housekeepers. You could have picked better wives. Don't get them because they're pretty. Get them because they're sturdy.
They need some lessons in construction.
That's the wrong scene. Sorry. A27.
Man.
This 20-foot high hall has a dark vaulted ceiling draped with cobwebs. A low moan seems to travel the length of the corridor as it rises and falls, intoning sadness and despair. Hanging from an iron rod bolted to the eastern wall is a dusty 10-foot square tapestry depicting knights on horseback, charging across the battlefield under a blood-red sky. The lead knight rides a black horse and wears a fur-lined black cloak, dark gray armor, and a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. His sword glows with the light of the sun.
Ooh, this looks interesting. What's this about?
This tapestry depicts King Barov, my father, leading his fearsome knights in a glorious battle.
Against
The hordes that were here before, the barbarians that were here originally, the forest folk and the mountain folk.
what did they do?
We ran them off and
Why?
killed them. We are expanding our boundaries.
Don't you think it would have been better to keep people within your boundaries that you could enslave to work on your castle?
There's been no need of having someone at the castle when I was asleep. Rahadin stayed over to watch to make sure nothing would happen.
Sir, I disagree. This castle is in deplorable state. You should have had somebody watching it.
How would
Well,
your
you
father feel
do
knowing
what?
that it looks like this?
Do what?
But how would your father feel knowing that this place looks like this now?
He would understand.
Would he?
Yes, I
Because
believe
my
he will.
daddy wouldn't understand. I mean, we don't have great giant buildings like this. Our homes are underground. So to let something like this fall into this state would be absolutely depressing to my daddy. My daddy would be so disappointed with me.
Also, why does your dad have a glowing sword? Wouldn't that kind of tend to be counterproductive to your current situation here?
I'm not sure where the blade lies. It's been broken long ago, however.
You'd love to
It
find
was,
it though, because that blade could take you out, couldn't it?
why, yes, it could.
That's neat. Do you happen to know where it's at?
I have no idea where the right blade used to be.
Do you know where it isn't?
It's not buried with my father.
There's probably a good reason for that because he didn't want you to find it. I
He
think he
didn't.
loved the son he had, but not the son he became.
I'm just going to whip out my little notepad out of my pocket and kind of scratch out the line that says "Exhume Strahd's daddy." Well,
Okay.
at least for the sword. I'm sure I can find another reason to dig him up.
Might give us a clue as to where the sword is.
I want to turn him into a zombie.
Dim light from the courtyard falls into this great hall through the broken glass and iron lattice work of a large window in the west wall. A cold wind shrieks through the broken glass as arcs of lightning lance from leaping skies beyond, each bolt followed by the crack of thunder nearby. Dim light from the courtyard falls into this great hall through the broken glass and iron lattice work of a large window in the west wall. The immense the immense room is a place of chilly, brooding darkness. Empty iron sconces stuck the wall. Hundreds of dust-laden cobwebs drape the hall, hiding the ceiling from view. Directly across from the window stand a set of double doors in the east wall. Farther south, a single door also leads far from the east wall. Staircases at both ends of the north wall will lead down. At the far southern end of the hall, a large wooden throne stands atop a marble dais. The high-backed throne faces south, away from most of the room, which will be shown here.
Well, dude, what's up here? Why is your throne facing away from the audience? I'm assuming you haven't had one in quite a while, anyways.
I laud you for your perceptiveness. When I was a child, Saint Andrew anointed my father, King Barov, as the rightful heir to the crown of old Zerovia. When King Barov died, I inherited his crown with the title of king. However, when the mist descended upon Morovia, my that I had conquered were consigned to history. My family's ancestral legacies forsaken and lost. It would be arrogance beyond folly to name myself king without a kingdom to rule, Strut says. And so I keep the king's seat turned from my reach as a memento to the lands that I lost. He then says softly, and yet few things are lost forever.
Why did you have to be king? Why couldn't you just be a good leader?
Because my father was king, and his father was king.
That doesn't mean anything. You could have just been a good leader and faced your subjects. Turning your back to them says a hell of a lot more.
He Strahd makes a click with his tongue and a small whistle. A lone bat hanging from the ceiling swoops down to his hand and hangs in his hand for a second. Strahd whispers to him, and then the bat flies off.
Well, do explain how I pissed you off this time.
I'm simply calling Escher to retrieve Callisto from the dining hall now, because we're almost through with the tour.
Meanwhile, back in the dining hall.
Exactly.
So, when was the last time you actually held court in this throne room?
I've never held court in this throne room.
Then, what is the purpose of your being? You don't even listen to your subjects with your back upon them. You can't listen to them facing them. You can't listen to them with your back upon them. What's going on? I'm sorry, but as another royal within my community, I find this highly disturbing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Push it any further.
This is not how you treat your people. Oh, now I pissed him off.
Okay.
Tend to do that with men.
All right, so Callisto, you're in the dining hall still.
What
Uh-huh.
is this itty bitty place that we have on our map?
Huh?
We have this itty bitty block on our map.
I know,
It says
that's the dining hall.
That's where Callisto is, and it's Callisto's turn, Betty.
It's just very tiny.
That's because Callisto's there and we're not. So we are flies on the wall.
It is also a different map, so
I'm just in here playing the freaking chopsticks.
do you press the sixth pedal from the left?
I did.
Okay. This wall right here opens up, leading you back to a storage area.
Okay, I'm gonna shuffle back there, I guess.
Okay. Okay. The castle courtyard is visible through arrow slits in the north and west walls. Leaning against the walls are mirrors of various sizes, some as tall as a human and others small enough to fit in a backpack.
Okay.
As you walk in, you hear something skittering above you, and you see Sasha up on the ceiling, scurrying down from the shadows. Were you followed?
No.
You're going to have little time, because our absences will surely be noted if we tarry here. Well, I want to know why. Let's see. It seems you do not intend to have me killed, but it also seems you've given me little choice to comply with your demands. What demands? I don't know.
Okay, listen. Either you have information for me, or you're going to find me a dragon skull that I need to take with me. Can you help me with any of those situations?
Well, yes, I know of a dragon skull. It's downstairs in Volinda's hall. She has collected a bunch of bones there. I think, pretty sure it's a dragon's skull that she said she found.
Do you know a way in and out of there that Strahd wouldn't know about or wouldn't suspect?
No, there's only one stairway down to that area of the keep.
Do you have any recommendations for getting the dragon skull?
Look for the kitchen, and then look for the hall at the end of the corridor downstairs. That should get you there.
Are you trusted enough that you could go get me said dragon skull and just bring it out?
No, I can't act against Strahd.
Mm.
Also, there's a girl upstairs who he's captured recently. Her name is Gertruda. She's a village from Barovia, spirited away as she trod the road toward Valaki. She's alive for now, but I fear her life should she linger any longer in the keep. She's asked me to help free her, if I can, a request that until now I had no hope of fulfilling.
Okay. Is there anything we could do to help you?
Um, just get Fruta out of here if you can.
Okay. Well, something's going to go down eventually, so we'll see how it plays out.
All right. Here we've got to listen to something. Hopefully it will play right.
Okay, give it a second. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
What'd you do?
Sasha, whispering harshly, listen to me. Since
Did you all hear that?
It was echoing, I think.
Sasha, whispering harshly, listen
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
echoing.
Since his
It's really, really low.
Right.
It is like the opposite of me right now.
Do you hear it now?
Nope. Marijuana.
Okay, I finished my shiwi.
Okay.
Gross.
How does that work while you're in a castle on a tour? Do you just be like, excuse me, I'm going to go to the latrine over in the corner?
I mean, pretty much. I'm gonna go off the balcony. Thank you.
Just start pissing in a corner.
I mean, what you gonna do? Got pee, got pee.
All right. So I've just got a conversation to have with Callisto.
Okay. Proceed.
Let me see if I can get it to start again from the beginning.
Why are you flying like a wizard?
I am a wizard.
Whoa.
Oh bloody, oh bloody, life
Can
goes
y'all
on.
not hear this?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have started singing.
Sasha, whispering harshly, listen to me.
It's there, but it's very low.
Since his awakening, Strahd leaves the castle once every fortnight, rides out atop Bucephalus, his nightmare steed, always on the night of the new moon. He doesn't come back till sunrise. She glances around nervously. Tomorrow night, it happens again. I have no reason to think he'll break the pattern. Sasha, leaning closer, voice low. Gertrude, She's trapped up there. Third floor, the King's Suites. You'll have to use the South Tower stair in the foyer to reach her. Sasha shifts uncomfortably, wringing her hands. Sasha, grimacing. I don't know what traps Strahd or his beasts have hidden, but the halls... She shudders. They crawl with wights. Old guards, now nothing but hollow death. Always watching. Sasha, speaking quickly. The dungeons. They're beneath the castle larders. Same stair. South Tower stair. You can reach them, if you dare. She drops her gaze for a moment. Sasha, half to herself. I saw it once. A dragon's skull. Buried in a room Valenta turned into a tomb, behind the kitchen, western doors. You'll know it when you see it. Sasha crosses her arms, trying to steady herself. Sasha, hushed, urgent. The catacombs. They're deeper still. You'll need the high tower staircase, but be warned. She bites her lip. I haven't been down there since he dragged me out of my crypt. She backs up a step, voice shaking slightly. Sasha, pleading. I can't get you inside. I can't. His spawn. They'll smell you. Report you. But there's a rear entrance. Servants' courtyard. Far side of the castle. Use it if you can. She leans in, whispering the last words like a prayer. Sasha, soft and desperate. And one more thing. An old password. I heard it once long ago. I come in Dostron's memory. I don't know who Dostron was, but Strahd's pride runs deep. He might still honor it. Sasha steps back into the shadows, her wide eyes glinting with fear.
How'd y'all hear that?
Fairly well, it was still a little low. Okay, so the password was what?
I come in Dostron's memory.
I come in Dostron's memory.
Dostron''.
And who was this for? Who would honor it? Or may honor it?
It's just a general password that Strahd uses.
Okay, so it might just come in handy at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotcha. Okay.
Alright, we need to get out of here now because they're surely looking for us by now.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and exit that room. See if I can get it shut back. If there's nobody in that room, I'm going to plop my ass in a chair, put my feet up on the table, and just wait.
Alright. Escher comes into the hall. You're wanted upstairs. Come with me.
You can ask a little
And
more politely.
take you now. Second floor audience hall, K25.
If we spitting that, I better get other pots. Yeah, awesome stuff to totally play.
My otter does have the sticky fingers.
Okay.
Why is that candy corn shooting at you?
It's not candy corn. It's a weird robot guy.
No, it's candy corn, clearly.
Shortly after the players have reunited in the audience hall, Rondine ascends to Van Landing and enters the room accompanied by another figure. Rondine holds a chain in his right hand. Its links connected to a steel collar clamped tightly around the neck of the stumbling figure he drags forward behind him. The figure's features are obscured by the sack that they wear over their head, their clothes torn away and replaced by threadbare shapeless robe. Punctual as always, I see. Strahd greets Rondine warmly. Upon approaching Strahd, the player's grinding halts and yanks the chain harshly forward, forcing the prisoner to kneel. The prisoner awaits your judgment, my lord, he says coldly. Let me put it back on the other screen.
Okay, the candy corn's gonna pop.
At Strahd's nod, Rahadin rips the sack covering the figure's head, revealing its features. The figure is a man, his eyes wide and terrified. His body, however, has been warped beyond recognition, his muscles grotesquely swollen, his skin cracked and fissured like parched earth. Most unsettling of all were the four lumps that adorn his shoulders, each resembling a tiny misshapen head with the thighs squeezed shut.
Show your hands.
This man is a Valachian who murdered his neighbor. He caught his wife and neighbor in having an affair. I'm told he tore a wooden beam from the victim's own home to use to crush him to death. A savage brute. For his crimes, he was sentenced to death. So far, I've been impressed with your martial prowess. Let's see, though, what you do with an enemy that bears no sword. Our Lord's justice is unlike the justice of the battlefield, he says, and it has come time to decide if this creature will pass from this world. He regards him inquisitively. How should it be done?
Talk to us?
Yes,
Why are you involving us in your day-to-day running of things? I mean, can't you keep your own ship right?
I can. I simply want to see what you all will do.
What does it matter? It's your issue.
Why?
This is
Simply
our
my
land. This is not how we rule. So tell us how you rule.
You do not condone others to death for murder.
I mean, have you not murdered a lot of people technically?
I do what I must to survive.
Well, maybe they did what they must.
He was convicted of murder. His
I would
sentence
say
is
a
death.
lot of people would say you've been convicted of murder.
I am the Lord of the land. There is none that can convict me.
Does that make you better? Does it make you better simply because you are the lord of the land? Simply because I'm a princess of my land, that doesn't exempt me from the laws of my land. That's what keeps things equal and fair. I am not better than my subjects when it comes to the law. Are you saying you are? That you are allowed to break the law?
I make the law. I am the law.
And I make the law. My family makes the law where I'm from. But we make the law in order to keep the law. And we are part of keeping that law. So we must not break it. So, what is different with you?
A pity.
What would you do if one of your wives was caught cheating on you?
Well, that bitch get murdered.
That would get her murdered.
So, how are you any better?
I am the Lord of the land. That's all there is to it.
So,
Because he say
you're
so.
still a person. You're still subject to the laws of your land, whether or not you are the Lord. You, of all, should be held to a higher standard to make sure that your
Million.
people understand.
The millions never heard of a monarchy.
A pity. I'd hoped for a better showing from you. Ludmilla shall have him instead, then. I expect she'll enjoy inspecting his numerous deformities.
What?
What right do you have to place judgment on people who would have done no better than you would have? Or no worse, should I say?
It's of no matter now. It's in Milla's hands. She can take care of the matter.
Well, no. You're the king. You're
I'm
the
not a king. My father was king. I am not a king.
I mean, dear Lord, look at the state of this place. You know, you've already left it into the women's hands, and look what's become of it.
He's
You're
clearly just.
willing to leave something like this in their hands? What is wrong with you?
There's
He's
nothing
not.
wrong with me.
We need to talk to
Plenty
his
wrong with
supervisor.
you.
What'd you say, Gregor?
I said clearly he's just a prince. He's not in charge. We need to talk to his supervisor.
Yeah, let's be Karens about this. Can I speak to your supervisor?
A flash of blinding white light fills the air above the courtyard, and an explosion of sound rattles the broken glass and iron latticework in the chamber's large window. As the acrid scent of ozone fills the room, you see a cloud of thick, black smoke rising from one of the towers beside the raised drawbridge.
What's that?
Don't worry, it's a stray bolt of lightning as it struck the part of the keep.
Don't believe you.
What else could it have been?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Shortly after the lightning strike, Lumila enters the chamber. She bows deeply before Strahd. It appears, my lord, that a bolt of lightning has struck the south gate tower. I've dispatched Vola, one of my apprentices, to inspect the mechanism in the tower and determine what repairs are required. All right. Strahd invites you all back down to the entryway.
Was he expecting us to leave now?
I think we were at our welcome.
It's in the middle of a storm. Can we stay the night?
I mean, this really was not expected in times like these. You came for dinner, you stayed the night.
How am I supposed to pillage if I can't pillage?
Guys, we should just get while the getting's good.
Strahd invites you all to wait for the report and has Escher bring you all drinks.
I accept my drink and just very casually pour it all over my face. Yum.
You gonna dance around one of the poles?
Hmm?
I said you're gonna dance around one of the poles.
No.
That'd be better.
A few minutes have passed. The great doors leading from the main entry open to reveal Diavola, an unhappy and soaking wet Barovian witch. Lumila turns to Diavola and instructs her to deliver your master, deliver your report to the master. Her eyes cast to the ground as she bows hurriedly to Strahd, stammering, "Forgive me, great one. The lightning has scorched the runes inscribed in the upper tower. The bridge, it will not work until the runes are freshly cast." Strahd asks Diavola coldly, "Can you recast the tower runes?" She nods, wringing her hands and licking her lips and adds, "Yes, but it requires the aid of the full coven, and even then it could take us until morning. Concede that it is done by then. You are dismissed." Diavola bows and flees up the south stairs until she reaches and joins the other Barovian witches. I apologize for the inconvenience, noticing that it looks like you'll be unable to send them home to the carriage tonight. Should you wish it, I would be more than glad to have rooms prepared for the night, he promises. Our guest quarters are warm and comfortable and in far better condition than many other chambers of the castle.
How convenient.
Absolutely. Love
No,
to
I'd
spend
rather just get
the
home.
night in a decaying castle.
Well, if you like, you can pitch your tents here in the front courtyard.
You don't even provide a room?
We offered rooms, and then we.
Wait a minute, is that what you're offering? The front courtyard?
No,
Not
I'm offering you guest rooms, but since you all think the castle's not good enough for you, courtyard out front, there you go.
I'm just going to stand in the doorway all night.
You know, in my world, we'd offer the best rooms we had, even if they were our own.
Well, we are not in your land now, are we, little one?
Oh, she doesn't do it when you mention her height.
No, because if we were, you wouldn't exist.
I like that. If it was in my place, you would have got the best of everything, but I don't have anything here to give you the best of everything, so you should give me the best of everything instead. It's whataboutism.
That's history. That's how it works.
Well, what do you guys want to do? Are we staying here? Or are we putting up tents in the courtyard? Do you guys want to go home and get the hell out of here? What's the
If he
situation?
has rooms, I'll stay here.
We have a
Okay.
guest room. Yeah, it's
Then
my
let us stay
room, but you can have it.
your room. You need to sleep in a
That's
coffin,
what
dude.
that's what Escher says. The blonde-haired
Stay
vampire
with us.
consort.
Not a big deal, dude. Sure isn't enough place for you to sleep. We're not evil.
Well,
We're not evil.
I'm adorable.
Escher takes you up the stairs, and you come into this room here. You come to a dark landing 10 feet wide and 20 feet long. A cold draft of wind rushes down the spiral staircase at the north end of the east wall and whistles mournfully through the room before streaming down the stairs to the south. An ornate square rug covers the floor to the south. Set into the west wall is an iron-bound wooden door with a wooden trapdoor set into the floor in front of it. Hanging on the north wall above the trapdoor is a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a serene yet penetrating gaze. Asher opens the door He's visually slouching and like sulking.
What's the matter, my dude?
Well, it's my room that you're taking tonight.
You can say your
No, I don't want to stay with food. I don't like sleeping with my food.
Just ruined his day, apparently.
Just as well, we don't like sleeping with garbage.
Ah. Well, he shows you into the lounge, this room here. As thunder shakes the tower, heavy beams groan under the weight of the ceiling. Three ornate lanterns hang by chains from these beams, each casting a dim glow. Several comfortable divans are placed about the room, and an ornate clock shaped like the castle's keep looks down from its place on the wall above them. The curved west wall is fitted with three windows of leaded glass and steel latticework. A bookcase set sits on the east wall between the two doors. Plush, overstuffed chairs and couches are placed about the room. The fabric is faded with age, and the patterns it depicts are nearly gone.
okay.
And
So what makes us food? Why do you see us as food? I mean, we have farm animals where I come from, but they're not necessarily all food animals.
trust me, I'd eat you.
We're not doubting that.
I mean, you look just so small and tasty. Yum, 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 just eat you up.
Which sounds great until I slit your throat or put out an
All
eye.
right.
I mean, again, do y'all eat prey that can fight back such as hard?
It depends. That's half the fun.
Is it?
Yes.
Y'all are crazy. Did you want to be a vampire?
I didn't want to at first, but I do now.
Well, of course you do now because that's what you are, but
It's the only
what
way
did
my
you do
knows.
before?
I don't want to talk about it.
Because you feel bad about it.
Well, the bedroom is down here.
You've been dismissed.
Rahadin comes to the door and
No,
Rahadin clears his throat, startling Escher. You are not to leave your chambers until morning. Dark things roam the castle at night, and that undue curiosity in the home of his master can be a fatal flaw. To ensure your safety, Escher shall stand guard at your door through the night. He adds, much to Escher's obvious surprise and resentment. Before departing, Rahadin also produces a key from his pocket, which he uses to lock the players in the guest room. Again, for your safety. He will return to unlock the door at the first light of morning.
Okay, this don't feel right.
You're always one of the one wanting to stay here. I was like, let's get the hell out while the getting's good.
it'll be fine.
There's got to be another way out of here. If we have to, we can kill them.
And eat them. Yum, 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 yum,
Are we the
yum.
only ones in here now, or is the vampire in here with us?
No, the vampire's on the outside of the door, standing guard.
How well is their hearing?
The door seems pretty thick.
Okay.
And
Anyone
there was a trap door in here.
in the hallway where the portrait of Strahd was, there's a clock in the lounge that's not working.
Well, that's weird.
All right. Well, I'm going to sit down and write out pretty much everything the one chick told me
Okay.
and pass it around to my companions.
Can you sum up what it was?
Essentially, Strahd's supposed to be gone tomorrow. That's going to be our best chance to come in. That we need to see if we can kidnap the prisoner, Grilda? Gertruda. And we also need to try to get the dragon skull. And then she gave me directions on how to get to each one. So I'm going to write that out. Obviously, I don't remember it.
Right.
Something about a secret tunnel in a courtyard or something or other.
If you want to fill any of the details, that's cool.
Kitchen.
Hmm?
It was in the kitchen, I think.
There
Near
was
the
also supposed
kitchen.
to be something in a. Did you say it was a servant's courtyard or something?
Well, we're supposed to be able to get
There's
into
a-
the courtyard, maybe?
Yeah. That's how you're supposed to get in. It's the servants' entrance.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So anyway, tomorrow's going to be our best bet to try to get anything done. Obviously, tonight we're going to be under guard.
I want to examine this clock.
Okay. Made by so and so. It doesn't run. Make a investigation check with a DC of 20.
Investigation?
Yeah. DC 20.
Oh, man. Can I do guidance on myself as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do guidance on myself, and then I'm going to do an investigation. It doesn't matter.
All right. You don't find anything. You can't even figure out how to open up the back of it to the clockwork.
Oh, yes, I can.
Can I try?
Yeah.
What I
Investigation
need
check.
to roll?
Investigation DC 20.
Did not add.
Oh, no.
You want to try this pickle jar, dear?
Sure. What other roll?
Investigation.
And I'm going to cast guidance on her as well. Or can I just help her so she can get advantage?
I'll let you help her for advantage.
Yeah. Can I help her and cast guidance on her?
Well,
No.
it would be lovely if my shut up and I could do anything, but unfortunately, it says no.
She's having complications.
Okay.
There we go. Investigation.
Advantage?
Yeah.
Super advantage.
Super.
When do we have super advantage?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
16 didn't make it.
Damn it.
Can I, investigate with insight?
No.
Oh, man. Can I try again?
I'll give you another minute's worth of trying on it.
Yeah. With guidance. Boop. Oh, sweet Jesus. I think guidance is only a D4, so.
Okay. You can't find any way to open the clock at all, but it's not working.
Anybody else want to try again?
I'll give it a go. What the hell?
I'm going to assist again.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope. Not get it, baby.
Oh, man. I just like rip the back of it off.
You can break it if you want to.
Does anybody got any objections? It's already broke.
I don't give a shit.
I'm going
Go
to
for it.
carefully, in air quotes, remove the back.
Hook smash.
Do I need to roll anything in particular?
I'm trying to see what's inside of it first.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, should I have left the clock alone?
No, you were supposed to look for a secret compartment in it, but you couldn't find it.
Oh, man.
Oh, also there was a password for Strahd. That was also in there.
It's like Dastrom's into kinky stuff or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Strahd's an asshole.
That's fair.
I hurt so bad. Look at that stint or sty or what, but
That's it.
here.
Can you stick my finger in it?
No, I don't want you to stick your feet in it.
What if it's got a thingy and I can remove it? My phone's hot. Good lord, I need to charge it. Bring that up from game running.
That is cute.
Let me see that ear ball.
So what's going on?
I remember there was also a password that I was given. I know what the password was.
And I think Deke was looking into the possibility of me physically removing the back end of this clock.
Make a strength check.
Can I make a hammer check?
You want to destroy it completely?
If it comes down to it. This is some bullcrap.
Let's hope if there's anything in it, it's paper.
I just rolled a 9.
If you're going to try to break it, then use your warhammer. Make an attack roll.
Does anybody have any
Smack
input
that
before I
bitch
do?
up.
Do
What's
I?
that? I said, smack that bitch up.
All right, you heard her. Beat the shit out of it.
I got a hammer and a crowbar. Can I just like pry the thing open?
Strength check.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay, this obviously requires a more delicate hand. Head it over.
I hit him a crowbar. Emma.
Rolling strength.
Okay.
Damn, girl.
You rip the back of that clock clean off.
I loosened it.
You see a bunch of gears, a bunch of cogs, a bunch of pendulums and movement, but it's not moving right now.
I'm gonna put my hand in there and wiggle around in there and see if I find anything loose.
There's nothing loose, but you do discover a hidden compartment from the front side of it.
Ooh.
Underneath, at the base of the castle, it has a drawer that comes out, but it's empty right now.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
So we found an empty secret compartment.
Yep.
That's so exciting.
I'm glad we spent so much time on that.
I know, right? Is there a window in this room?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Can we open the window?
Yeah. It's storming really bad outside, though.
I don't think he wants to go out.
Yeah, I would like to open the window.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pick up this clock and I'm going to heave it out the window.
Okay.
Guard's gonna come in here like, what the fuck was that?
Is that even possible to open a castle window like that?
On these windows, yes.
Yeah, they're storm windows.
There's not a window. Gregor just makes a window.
Can I like roll for distance or something or other? Rolling for distance. 100 die. 3 feet. Our rolls are cursed today.
Well, still, good luck to them figuring out what to do with it, because apparently they're stupid.
Do we go to bed? We can't get out of here, can we?
Now, he did say we were supposed to find a secret compartment in it.
Okay, what was the question?
Wow.
Is there any issues with me opening up the window and meticulously placing the clock about 20 yards away?
I thought you were throwing it.
That's what I mean. Whee!
Throw it, not walk out on the roof, right?
Yeah, I'm just yeeting it out the window.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Consider that clock gone.
Okay, my question is, are we actually going to bed, or are we going to go try to sneak out, or what are we doing?
I'll sneak out. I don't care.
Well, I mean, we got a guard at the door. Do we have an exit strategy? Was there a secret exit in here?
There's the nut bag.
Nobody wants to go in the nut bag there.
I say we go to sleep and explore why he's gone.
I mean, if that's the general consensus, otherwise, I'm just going to be raising a ruckus tonight.
Let him think we're content. Let him think that we're oblivious. And when he's gone during the new moon, let's explore.
I'm going to knock on the door and see if I can get the vampire guard dude's attention.
What do you want?
Seems the wind picked up in here and accidentally blew the clock out the window. Is that a big
clock
deal?
out the window? Oh, well, it never worked anyway.
Yeah, why didn't it work? That seems kind of silly to buy a clock that doesn't work.
I'm sure it worked at one time.
Well, it probably
Just
isn't
like
working
you.
anymore.
So are y'all going to go to sleep?
I will.
Maybe we should sleep in shifts. I don't know if all of us should. I don't really feel safe enough here to sleep, so I'm gonna be sleeping with like one eye open.
I might have a spell for that.
Man, it's the predators sleep of early humans. Come on.
There is a bed for somebody if you wanted to have one person in the bed or two people in the bed. It's big enough
One
for all.
person? It looks like a two-person bed to me, but
It's a two-person bed. It could be one person if one person was Gregor.
Call me fat.
well, Callie and I can go sleep in the bed for a while. Wake
Yeah,
up.
I don't have to sleep, so I'll just sit there and watch.
Oh.
That sounds creepy, but okay.
What else am I going to do?
Read a book.
I guess. Ugh, books.
Sweet, we're going to sleep in the room with you.
Yeah.
And Gregor, are you going to be in the bedroom or in the lounge?
I guess I'll hang out in the lounge.
Okay.
Seems like the place to be.
All right. Everyone goes to sleep and they fall asleep into a dreamless night of blackness. Gregor, after about 30 minutes, there's something wrong with your software and it requires you to reboot.
Oh God.
So you've got to close your eyes and be shut down for a little bit while everybody else is asleep too.
Error. Error.
All right, so everybody's going to sleep. You don't get long rest just yet. Um, I'd say maybe an hour after you fell asleep, you wake up and you hear the ticking of a clock coming from the lounge.
That's weird.
Clock's back.
The clock.
And as you look at the mantelpiece, Gregor, you notice the clock you threw out the window is there in perfect working order.
Is it wet at least?
No.
Which clock?
And
It
that's
only
where
took
we're
them
going
an
to stop.
hour.
Yeah, it's just been an hour.
I had to get back up here.
And that's where we're going to stop for the night
The haunted.
Okay.
with the haunted clock.
The house with the clock in the walls.
That was Jack Black, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's going to do it for tonight, everybody. If you made it this far, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, comment if you want to know something, or if you got a suggestion for something. Um, but at least subscribe because we also have been doing some chat GTP as a DM and having some games run like that. So if you subscribe, you'll know whenever we're playing Curse of Strahd or when we're playing chat GTP D&D. But for now, that's going to do it for tonight. Hope everybody has a good Memorial Day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Boy.